Hello, I am Ajay Kumar Raita, lecturer in mathematics at Government Polytechnic Kandahar. Okay, so in this semester, it means in second semester, we are going to study engineering mathematics 2. So I am going to be covering the second chapter of this mathematics subject, which is limits and continuity. So we are going to be discussing everything in details. So please stay tuned. Okay. Hello and welcome to the class of limit. What is a limit exactly? Okay, sometimes in our real life we use the term limit. You should be staying in your limit. It means it is a certain point of time where you should not exceed the limit. The same case for mathematics also. So function is defined, a function is there. So for a function there has to be a limit, right? So a function is there. Okay, so you can see this is a graph. This is a two-dimensional graph. This is called the input axis and this is called the output axis. Okay, and now you see here is a curve of a function. So here you see a point A, and for this point A function is defined here L. Okay, that is there is no f of A. Okay, we can say f of A. So we can say that for this function, this is a function, this function is called f. For this function we say that a limit is there L. When I will say that for this function limit is L at A, whenever x is equal to A, that means whenever there is a neighborhood মানে আমি ওড়িয়ার কো পড়োশী বলি কো এই পড়োশী ভিতরে ডিফাইন করা আছে this function. Okay, it means only we can take the element from this neighborhood of this A. So whenever our x value is in between here, you can see our x value is in between here, that time what is the behavior of this function at the neighborhood of this curve. So that means you can see here the definition. Let f of x be a function defined in the neighborhood of A. Error neighborhood defined possibly, but it may not exist at what except at A. Error define kora any function, but in the neighborhood of A define kora function. Let L be the number. Here L you can see L is a number. In that L is a number, we say that limit of f of x as x approaches to A is L. It means whenever our x is approaching to A, ହେଲା a ଆଡ଼କୁ ମାନେ ପାଖାପାଖି a କୁ approach ହେଉଛି ସେତେବେଳେ our function also will approach to this point L. ବୁଝା ପଡ଼ିଲା ନା? It means you can see here we are approaching this A from left hand side and also from right hand side. Whenever we are approaching from left hand side, that is called left hand limit, and whenever we are approaching from right hand side, that is called right hand limit. So whenever the left hand limit is equal to right hand limit, that means that time the function will exist. Okay, so there is a mathematical definition you can see here. We can write limit whenever x is approaching towards A, that time our functional value will attain L. It means whenever A is a point, our x value is getting closer to A, that time L is a point, our functional value will approach towards L. Whenever our x will approach nearer to A, that time our function value will also approach very closer to L. That is the real concept of the limit. Okay, so mathematical concept is epsilon is a Greek letter and delta is a Greek letter. This is a small delta letter, sorry, Greek letter. So for every epsilon greater than 0, however small, maybe this epsilon is very small, and there exists a delta such that whenever this L and f of x, it means you can see here this is our L and this is our delta, sorry, epsilon. Okay, whenever this function, it means you can see this is a square, right? So this is L, ଆମେ ନାକି ଏଇ ସ୍କୋୟାରକୁ ଆମେ ଆହୁରି ଛୋଟ ଛୋଟ କରିପାରିବା. ଓକେ, ନୋ ମ୍ୟାଟର ହାଉ ସ୍ମଲ୍ ଇଟ୍ ଇଜ୍. ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ କେତେବେଳେ ହେବ, ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମର ଫଙ୍କସନାଲ ଭ୍ୟାଲ୍ୟୁ will approach to whenever our x value ମାନେ ଏଇ ଯେଉଁ ଇଣ୍ଟରଭାଲ ଦେଇଛି ଏଇ ଇଣ୍ଟରଭାଲଟା ଯେତେ କମେଇ କମେଇ ଆଣିବା ସେତେବେଳେ ଆମର ଏଇ ଯେଉଁ ସ୍କୋୟାରଟା ବି ସେତିକି କ'ଣ ହେବ, କମି ଯିବ. ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମର x ଭ୍ୟାଲ୍ୟୁଟା ଏଠି ଏକ୍ଜିଷ୍ଟ କରିବ ସେତେବେଳେ ଫଙ୍କସନାଲ ଭ୍ୟାଲ୍ୟୁଟା ଏଠି ହେଇଯିବ. ଇଟ୍ ମିନ୍ସ ହ୍ୱାଟ୍, ମେ ବି ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ x value won't coincide with A. Okay, but the functional value will approach very close to this L, whether it is from left hand side, from right hand side. Whenever the left hand side limit is equal to the right hand side limit, that time we will define what function has a limit. Okay, now you can see a note here. limit f of x is L whenever x is approaches to a. It means the limit f of x as x approaches to a exists and the limit is equal to L. Buja podla? Okay. Now I am going to solve one problem so that you can understand properly. Okay. Here one example is given here. One example is here. Limit 3x plus 5 when x is approaching to 1. Okay. It means 3x plus 5. 3x plus 5 is a function. F of x is a function 3x plus 5. है आमे कौन डिस्कशन करथिले लिमिट आमे केमती बाहर करि परिबा वी कैन फाइंड लेफ्ट हैंड लिमिट एंड राइट हैंड लिमिट है लेफ्ट हैंड लिमिट राइट हैंड लिमिट whenever left hand limit is equal to right hand limit हेबो सेतरा आमे कोन कहबा this function is said to be exist, so the limit of this function should to be exist and that limit is some whatever the value we are getting. Okay, so f of x is equal to 3x plus 5, but our x is approaching towards a. It means our x value is getting very close to 1. So what f of 1 will be equal to 3 into 1 plus 5, so this is equal to 8. This is very simple, right? Okay, let's go for another interesting example so that you can understand properly. Now limit x tends to 3. This is x square minus 9 by x minus 3. Okay, now we are going to find the limit of this function. What is the limit exactly? Now you can see here function is what f of x is equal to x cube minus 9 by x minus 3. What's wrong here? This function is not defined for x equal to 3, right? Whenever this value is called numerator and the below value is called denominator, but we can say in Odia log of horror. Okay, and this horror should not be equal to 0. It means x minus 3 should not be equal to 0. It means x should not be equal to 3. Whenever x is equal to 3, that time this function is not defined exactly. It is going to be infinite. We don't know infinite means how far it is. Okay, so x is not equal to 3, but whenever our x is approaching towards 3, it means देखो a function रे x by a function define कोरुनी, but there is a limit at x equal to 3. It means what is the functional value whenever our x is approaching towards 3. Okay, we are going to find out that particular value. So how to do that? There is a one method that is called factorization method. We can use the factorization method to solve this problem. Otherwise we can go for the left hand limit and right hand limit method to solve the problem. Okay, we will go for the factorization method first by factorization method. Okay, what exactly factorization method here? You can see here limit x tends to 3, right, and x square minus 9 by x minus 3. But we can we write this 9 as equal to 3 square? Okay, we can write, right? So logically the first step and the second step is same meaning. So x square minus 3 square by x minus 3. Now you can see this is x square minus 3 square. You can see this is a x square minus 3 square. So we are going to use the algebra that we have learned in our high school, that is a square minus b square. So x square minus 3 square is going to be x minus 3 into x plus 3, right? So we are going to write here. So limit x tends to 3, this will be x minus 3 into x plus 3 by x minus 3, and this x minus 3 this x minus 3 will cancel out each other, so the remaining is what? Only x plus 3. So x plus 3, but here limit x tends to 3, so we are going to write this 3 here. So this will be, we are going to write this 3 here, this is equal to 3 plus 3, this is equal to 6. So the limit value is 6. Okay, it means you can see the function is not defined at x is equal to 3, but the function has a limit at x equal to 3 is equal to 6. Okay, now we will go for the another method that is called left hand limit and right hand limit method. What is the left hand limit? Left hand limit means you can see here, suppose this is 3. Okay, we have to find the limit at x equal to 3. So you can see we will take one small neighborhood. So we are going to approach from left hand side and we are going to approach from right hand side. Whenever we are approaching from left hand side, that is called left hand limit. So if you are going to approach from left hand side, definitely we are approaching from the value less than 3. It means less than 3 means suppose the distance from here to here is what? H. h distance. So this point will be what? 3 minus h, right? And here if you are approaching from right hand side, since this is h distance, so this will be 3 plus h. It means we are approaching from 3 minus h to 3. जितेबाला आम एपटू एपटे अप्रोच करवा देख ये 3 माइनस एच थिला एपटे जितेबाला आम एपटे एमती अप्रोच हो चलो सेतेबाला आमर एच वैल्यू विल रेड्यूस टू 0 है एच वैल्यूटा कमी कमी 0 हो सेमती जितेबाला एपटू आम एप्रोच करवा एच रो वैल्यू सेमती रेड्यूस लास्ट 0 हो इट मीन्स वी आर इंट्रोड्यूसिंग अनदर वेरिएबल दैट इज कॉल्ड एच. सो हियर आई कैन राइट लिमिट what x tends to 3, right? And x square minus 9 by x minus 3. But if you are approaching from left hand side, I can write limit x tends to 3 minus, because we are approaching from left hand side. So 3 minus, this is equal to what? X square minus 9 by x minus 3. Okay, x minus 3. Now can we introduce the h here? So if I am going to introduce the h here, limit, now h will tends to 0, because our main aim is we are making this h as tends to 0, means we are reducing the size of h. Whenever we are reducing the size of h, this x will replaced by how much? 3 minus h rho square minus 9 by 3 minus h. Just see, you write 3 minus h instead of x, because we are finding the left hand limit, that's why. Minus 3, so 3 will cancel. Now you put the formula of a minus b whole square. This will be limit h tends to 0, a minus b whole square means 9 minus 2h plus h square minus 9 by minus h. So 9 will cancel, only minus 2h, sorry, minus not minus 2h, minus 6h, okay? This will, because the formula, minus 6h plus h square. Now you go for h common, take the h common, factor out this h, you will take minus h plus h by minus h. Now h will cancel, the remaining is what? Minus 6 plus h by minus 1. Now you replace this h tends to 0. So we are going to replace here 0. So this will be minus 6 by minus 1 is equal to 6. Left hand limit is equal to how much? 6. Now you go for the right hand limit. What is the right hand limit? Right hand limit means same thing, limit x tends to 3, x square minus 9 by x minus 3. Okay, now x minus 3 means what? Since we are approaching from, you can see, since we are approaching from right hand side, so we are approaching from 3 plus h to 3. So our main aim is to reduce the size of h. So we are going to introduce the h tends to 0. So limit, this is what? 3 plus. So h tends to 0. Now what you have to do is you replace this x by 3 plus h whole square minus 9 by 3 plus h minus 3. Okay, now limit h tends to 0, 3 plus h square, 9 plus 6h plus h square minus 9 by 3 cancel, this is simply h. Okay, now this 9 will cancel, so the remaining is what? Limit h tends to 0 and 6h plus h square. So if I am going to take this h common, h by h, so h cancel, so 6 plus h. Now you replace this h by 0. So 6 plus 0 is equal to 6. Now you can see left hand limit is equal to 6 and right hand limit is equal to 6, right? So LHL is equal to RHL. So here you see LHL is equal to RHL. We got, right? So the final answer is the function what? Limit x tends to 3, x square minus 9 by x minus 3 is equal to 6. This is the answer. Okay, I hope you understood this concept completely. Okay, if you have any doubt, please do ask in the comment box and stay tuned. Okay, thank you.